The story kicks off at an elite school called Sudarma. One of the students, Seno, gets a call from his best friend, Saka. During the conversation, Seno mentions he just had a medical checkup, a requirement for the student exchange program. But the atmosphere that night turns chilling. Seno feels like someone is stalking him from behind. Fear starts creeping in, making Seno try to run. In his panic, someone manages to warn him to get out of there immediately. But before he can even do anything, a masked man appears and immediately stabs the warning person from behind. Seno runs for his life, but his effort is pointless. The masked man catches up and mercilessly takes him down. A while later, a young man named Saka arrives at Sudarma School. He's reminded of the tragic accident that took his parents' lives years ago. Now Saka only has one younger brother, Seno. There, Saka gives his brother a bracelet as a sign of love and protection. Saka heads to the administration office to enroll as a new student at the school. Meanwhile, Saka feels lonely because his best friend, Seno, has vanished without a trace. He remembers all the times they used to spend together. Daydream is shattered when two school bullies, Jaiden and Ricky, come to harass him. They're notorious for picking on other students. From a distance, Saka can only stare at the scene silently. Luckily, Miss Aura, a teacher at Sudarma School, arrives just in time and saves Saka from Jaiden and Ricky's antics. She promises to report their actions to the principal. Even so, Saka is hesitant, because he knows the two bullies come from extremely wealthy and influential families. Music. As Saka tries to follow someone, he accidentally bumps into Miss Aura. "Yes, I apologize. That was my fault." Saka is then reminded of his past memories. Since his parents passed away, Saka and his brother Seno lived in an orphanage. But one day after school, Saka found out his brother had been adopted by a family. Since then, he's never seen Seno again. It's revealed that Saka is actually an undercover police officer. He infiltrated Sudarma School to find his missing brother. Meanwhile, in the teacher's lounge, Miss Aura hears news that their school is expecting a new teacher. She briefly wonders if the teacher is Saka, the man who accidentally bumped into her earlier. Shortly after, a teacher arrives and announces that the principal is on leave, and for the time being, he will be filling in as the acting principal. "I'll replace him again for lunch, mister, so it doesn't look bad." Jaiden and Ricky then approach him and ask to speak privately. Here, we learn that the teacher is always referred to as Batman. "You're so slow. The kids are getting thirsty, man." Yeah. Elsewhere, the widow meets Saka, who looks down in the dumps. They are both still investigating Seno's disappearance. Even the school seems tight-lipped, acting as if they know nothing about one of their students going missing. "Seno wouldn't just leave without telling me." Okay, I'll head there now. If I hear anything about Seno, I'll let you know." A flashback shows when Saka first learned about his brother's whereabouts through an informant, who told him Seno was attending Sudarma. The next day, Saka came to the school and saw Seno wearing the same bracelet as him, the bracelet he gave as a symbol of their bond. Music. Since then, Saka often visited his brother. Seno even planned to introduce his best friend Saka to his older brother. But before he could do it, Seno suddenly vanished without a trace. From that moment on, Saka was determined to find his brother, no matter what. Big brother promises. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the widow, who is alone, hears a strange noise coming from the warehouse. Curious, she slowly approaches the source of the sound. The next day, teachers and students prepare to welcome the new teacher. Miss Aura looks very enthusiastic and can't wait for his arrival. But when the new teacher finally arrives, his appearance is nothing like what Miss Aura had imagined. A handsome guy? "Oh no, I think I have a stomachache. Let's wait and see." Elsewhere, a Sudarma alumnus makes a shocking confession on social media. He exposes the school's rotten behavior. In his post, he says he was once one of the students chosen for the student exchange program abroad, just like Seno was going to do. However, during the journey, he was drugged until he passed out. When he woke up, there was a stitched scar on his stomach. After being checked by a doctor, it was revealed that one of his kidneys had been taken. From the confession, it's revealed that Sudarma School is just a cover-up behind its elite image. The school is actually engaged in the practice of selling their students' organs. The tweet quickly spreads among Sudarma students and teachers, causing a huge uproar. The widow starts to suspect that Seno might be the next victim. But before she can discuss it further, Miss Aura comes in and tells all the students to get back to class. While Miss Aura is teaching, a new student suddenly enters the classroom. That student turns out to be Saka. Miss Aura is shocked and awkward because the man she was briefly impressed by is now a student in her own class. How did he know that? Saka is then assigned to share a room with Saka in the room Seno used to live in. Saka doesn't know that Saka is his best friend's older brother. He seems indifferent and doesn't pay much attention to Saka's presence in his room. After checking, it turns out that Saka sneaks out that night. Saka, suspicious, follows him from behind, hoping to get more information about his brother's whereabouts. But in the process, Saka bumps into Miss Aura again leading to a small argument between them. Just getting some air here. Women shouldn't walk alone at night. How can you tell, miss? You're older than me, miss. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Seno is seen being locked up in a secret room. He is only given enough food and drink to keep him alive. Seno tried to scream for help, but no one paid any attention. On the other side, Asuka is following the suspicious Batman. He sees a trail of blood dripping from the man's hand. Episode 1 ends full of mystery, leaving many questions about what is truly happening behind the walls of Sudarma School. For that, we'll just have to wait for the next episode.